John Hollis, and you're watching Rockers in Recovery on Rockers in Recovery Ustream TV. I want to welcome you to the show, hanging out with us. We're streaming live, and I want to say hello to everybody out there and everybody that's been watching over the last couple of days. You know, it's been an amazing thing to watch everything unfold the way it has here at the 12-Step Music Fest. And let me tell you something, last night was unbelievable. If you were here in this park last night, at around 9 o'clock, some remarkable things started to happen. The hair on the back of your neck stood up, the goosebumps raised on your arms, and this cat right here, Mike Zito, was blistering the joint. And I got to tell you, I've known, you know, Mike through interviewing him on a radio. I've never personally met him, and I got to meet him last night. And how did I meet him? I met him through his music. We hadn't even talked because I showed up late. We hadn't talked before the show. So the first thing I got was the experience of his message of hope, which, of course, is about, you know, somebody carrying a message that is in recovery, that's a musician, that can let people know that, guess what? You don't have to use, and you can be, you know, heading around the circuit, and you can start to get normal with people. And it's about us integrating with society, not them integrating with us. Mike, we've had the honor of being able to talk a little bit here this morning and, you know, discuss some of these issues. Do you believe that it's been a rewarding thing for you to be able to come forward in your musical career and carry a message of hope and integrate back into society the way you have?
Well, you know, it's amazing that that's how it has worked out. And I don't know that I had ever planned that. I just wanted to be able to play music again. And a lot of the, you know, things I was writing about, I was very inspired by recovery. I was involved in recovery. And, you know, a lot of the places I would play were just bars. And so they're not really in recovery. But I remember thinking it always kind of helped me be centered when I was there, what I was singing about. But people, just when I got started, people in my home group, people that were in, they would come out because they would like to go out and get something to eat and see some music and have a reason to be there. And because I was there, they would come out and support me. It gave them a reason to be able to go, you know, go enjoy themselves. And it really started to kind of go back and forth. And what I found out was once I had kind of started traveling nationally and I had some success, I was getting people all over the country that were maybe just one. You know, we'd have a couple hundred people and one person would come up and say, hey man, I'm doing the deal. I'm in the deal with you, you know, or I'm a friend of Bill W's, you know, and something like that. And we would end up talking for an hour in the middle of, you know, somewhere I've never been. And it was fantastic, you know. But at the same time, like you say, the integrating with society part, that really took adjustment for me to get out there and to learn to trust people again and to learn to let people live and have their own opinions and their own beliefs. And, you know, it took time for sure.
Oh, and taking time.
It's still taking time. Yeah.
And I think that when we look at the big picture of how we integrate with people and how I deal with others, and, you know, thank God we got a 10th step. Thank God.
Sure, exactly.
Thank God we can say, hey, listen, you know something, maybe we didn't do, you know, everything that we were supposed to do in this particular situation. But the good news is that carrying the message through your music and being able to be out there in mainstream front line, you said it perfectly. People are able to approach you. You're approachable.
Yeah, oh no, absolutely. And you know, my first goal always is to when I'm performing and doing my job, it's to perform and entertain, and not everything we do is recovery based, you know. But then it's in there, and my thought always is it's never hit anybody over the head. I mean, I never go and work at a bar and go, people need to stop drinking, what's going on, you know.
Yeah, I don't think you'd be there long, right?
No, but you know, because a lot of them they're not like me.
Right.
They're normal.
We
you know,
talked
they
about
go
that
out and
earlier.
have a good time, and
Absolutely.
they go home afterwards.
Absolutely.
And that's my problem, is I never went home.
Well, you did, but it was usually 7 days later, and you were looking for money.
Very long later than everybody else. But it's the message is always there, and hopefully it's done in a way that maybe people just in general can benefit from just some maybe some spiritual aspects or just some hopeful aspect. They might get something that makes them feel good about it. But it always seems that somebody ends up coming along and introduce himself as being in the program, and it's very special to me.
On the beginner tip, let's talk to the beginners right now on the show. If you have a beginner that is just coming into the program that's a musician, how much time did you put into your recovery before you went out and started playing music?
Well, I didn't go out and start playing music it was probably somewhere between 9 months. About 9 months is probably when I played my first gig. And I was playing for a job before that. So for the first 9 months, I got about 3 months into recovery, I got a job just during the day because I needed to be employable and work and contribute. I would play at home and practice and got with some guys and worked on stuff. But I didn't go do a show until I was maybe 9 months to a year. And I had a lot of support and help. And a lot of those early shows I did were we would have a dance for the group, we'd have a party for my local group, or our regional, and we would go and play, and that was always really fun. But I had a lot of people in my group come out to my shows early on. But somebody that's getting started, my first thought was I guess that's it. I can't play anymore. It's done. Maybe I'll play at church or. But I'll never be able to go do this again. And I really thought, well, the people in recovery, they won't let me do this again. Like somehow they had some kind of a control, that they would forbid me to do this.
Some kind of mojo on the back end of this.
Yeah, and I remember being willing in my mind that, well, if that's what I have to do, then I'll do that, because I knew how much life and death situation it was. I was so scared of using again that I had accepted the fact that, well, if I can't pursue the music the way I always wanted to, then that's fine. But because being in recovery and being clean and of sound mind was good enough. And I think that acceptance really went a long way, that when I did start to get to play, it meant the world to me. It really meant the world to me, and I took it very serious.
You're very, like I said, very down to earth human being, and all I can tell you, all I can tell you is that what I have seen last night, and you're very humble, man. You accept this with this is like God's present.
It absolutely is. Yeah, it absolutely is. I tell people all the time, the greatest thing that happened to me is I become a drug addict and alcoholic. It's the best. I mean, again, how would I be here if that hadn't happened in my life? And I know that sounds crazy, but it's really the best way to look at it. Is the worst things that happen to me are the biggest blessings, because it really put me in this direction where I'm at. And if all the music stopped today, I'd be happy to go to meetings and work with others, and that means so much to me. I enjoy that equally as much as I do playing music.
The fabric of your music goes right into the center line of Greyhound, Mike Zito's new release. You can go to MikeZito.com, and that's Zito, MikeZito.com. You can check Mike out at his website, and you can find, of course, on all of Amazon and iTunes and all of that. It's Greyhound. It was a release July 19th?
July 19th, yeah.
July 19th, and it's really taken off, and he's promoting it, and big road trip across the country here.
Oh, yes.
And he's been on burnout mode since July, and you know something, after all is said and done, he made his way back down to the Keys for November to be at the 12-Step Music Fest to give back. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I love that it's giving back, and I'm so selfish. I mean, it's for me. I'm so excited to come here and to be here. I've got a lot of friends here. To get to all the places I play are great, but I don't ever really get to do something like this. And this is very special to me, to get to be here and to perform my music, you know, for people that really literally saved my life, you know.
Mike, I want to, of course, thank you for being a part of my world on Rockers in Recovery, and a couple of times that you've come on the radio show. Now, of course, this streamer interview, and I want to, of course, give you your Rockers in Recovery T-shirt.
Thank you very much.
And I want to thank you for everything that you do for the recovery community, but most importantly, for integrating us, helping us all to integrate back into society through music, because we can all come together on a common purpose, and that's the music.
Yeah, man, everybody likes music, and I found that out long ago. You know, we don't have, I mean, I play the songs that are recovery based. It's great, but everybody's just regular people. They want to hear music and dance and have a good time like anybody else, you know, and everybody should get that opportunity to do that, you know. And so this really means a lot to me. You know, the most fun I had last night was just playing a lot of the blues, and everybody was dancing and having a great time, and you know, it's very special.
It was blistering, man. I can tell you that.
Thank you.
And listen, check it out. You got one other project I just want you to mention. It's coming up.
Yeah, the Royal Southern Brotherhood with Devin Allman, Cyril Neville. We record next month. It comes out in April on Roof Records.
Nice.
Check it out.
Good stuff. Hey, listen, I'm John Hollis. Of course, you're watching Rockers in Recovery right here on Ustream TV, and it's Rockers in Recovery stream on Ustream TV. Check us out at rockersinrecovery.com. Of course, we're going to try to get some Mike Zito music to play on the live streamer. The live streamer will be back up to radio stations starting on Monday when we get back into town. If you're sending people to the site right now, the TV screen's there. Click on the arrow. You can watch the streamer until Sunday when this closes. So we want to thank everybody for tuning in, being a part of the world. It's kicking off today. Mike Zito's the man. We want to thank you for checking us out. And we're getting ready to go to our first artist. And here comes the first artist. What's your name? You're the first artist, right? What is that?
Eric Clapton is here.
Steve Harvey?
Yeah, hi, how are you?
Steve, what kind of music are you going to play today?
Well, I'm backing up Rebecca Bird. She's going to do her, you know, her song selection out of her book. Pretty much like, how you doing? Like classic rock and things like that.
Sounds great, man. We're looking forward to it. Mike, thanks again for being here, brother.
Thank you.
All right, man.
Appreciate it.
Peace out.